Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is what it means for you to be chosen. Now, here's my perspective when it comes to that. I mean, I know what scripture says that many are called, few are chosen, but the truth is, people, is that we're all called because we're all mind, body, and spirit. We all have the Spirit of God that lives inside of us. Therefore, He's there for a reason. That means that you have a calling on your life, people. You have a purpose for being here. But in order for you to actually embrace and materialize that purpose, or your calling, I should say, is that you have to do the work that is necessary in order for the Spirit to choose you to deliver on His will. Because you cannot deliver on His will until you get to that point, people, where the Spirit knows that He could trust you to deliver on the promise that He have or purpose for your life. So as you go on that journey, what that means, number one, is that yes, you have to connect with your spirit. That's number one. Because how else would you know? You won't know what your purpose is until you tap into, first of all, acknowledging and identifying who you are, realizing that what you consider your soul is the Spirit of God. Everything starts from there, people. Because if you can't acknowledge that God lives inside of you and He's not in the sky, then that's a problem to begin with. And if you can get to the point, the goal ultimately is for you to stop being your physical body and get to the point where you actually become your soul and you're led from your soul, not your body. And it's like, once you get to that point, people, where you actually own the fact that the Spirit of God lives inside of you and you becomes your spirit, then at that point you can operate in what we call flow. The Spirit, when you find yourself forcing things or trying to make things happen, people, then realize that you're operating from the bodily realm, not your spiritual realm. The spiritual realm, everything happens in flow. You know, that's how you know when you're in the Spirit, is things just flow. You don't have to force nothing. You don't have to push extra too hard trying to make something happen. It literally just happen, and it's divine timing, you know. So it's like, what does that mean though for you to be chosen? Here's some things that you can expect, because everybody or most people will talk about all the positives, because believe me, there's a lot of benefits, right? As a matter of fact, I saved the benefits because I really want you to focus on this. I'll go over the negative, the cons first. The cons, people, that you're gonna experience when you go on this journey, number one, is that it's a very lonely journey. It's lonely because, you know, that you're no longer gonna be conforming to this world. So the people that's around you, you won't be able to relate to them anymore, and because you see the world different, you know what I'm saying? And you don't care about the things of this world as much because you understand that you're here for divine purpose. And it's like, of course, you have to go, bottom line is, you don't have that attachment that you used to have, I should say, because you still live in this world, so you still experience a lot of the things, but you don't have the emotional attachment to the things of this world. Instead, you understand that you're here for a divine purpose, and you focus more on that. So isolation, that's gonna be your new friend, man, because you could be in a whole group of people, but again, you're so different in the sense of the way you think and the way you see the world, so that, you still, feel lonely or isolated, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get used to that. There's no shortcut to that. You must get used to that, man, because you think different. Also, people, you're going to see people that live in this bodily form, where in a 3D world where things happen easy for them, man. For people that are chosen, man, you got to realize that God is shaping and training you to be His warrior. You know what I'm saying? To go out here and change and lead this new world. Like, We are leaders of this new world that is transforming right now as we speak. So you have to get the training that is necessary to be able to really lead this new world. Which means the only way that that can happen, people, is that you have to be forged in fire. What does that look like? You have to go through challenges, man, that you have never experienced before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will go through challenges, people, where every damn thing you want, man, it's like it doesn't just happen easily. Is that it really, you have obstacles after obstacles after obstacles to where it's like, oh my God, man, when here's this breakthrough coming, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a part of the process, people, is that God's chosen people, really and truly, if you ask me, we're like a phoenix, man. You know, we have to go through that fire, man, and that's the challenges that come our way. And what make you chosen, people, is that you don't give up. See, everybody want the rewards, which I'll get to in a minute, but it's like they're not willing to do the work that is necessary, which is overcoming the challenges and the obstacles that come their way. You know what I'm saying? And most people at that point, they retreat and go back to this worldly life instead of continuing that spiritual journey of pushing through their challenges until they overcome it. So it's like you have to develop, man, a will of steel, you know? And never people, I'll tell you this, while you're going through the challenges, is that you never lose sight of realizing that, you know, God got you. Like, you always have to trust God in the middle of all those challenges that you're experiencing. And some of these challenges, people, like I'm telling you, man, it's literally there to like wipe you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that could lead to like your demise, you know what I mean, in all way, shape, or form, man. But you genuinely have to just truly trust God, choose to trust God in the midst of those instances, you know? Like, one of the phrases that I've learned to embrace, and I really want to share it with you because I want you to embrace this for yourself as you go on your journey, is that you have to develop and embody the concept of letting go. Every time you want to take control of something, you have to remind yourself that you need to let go. Because think about it, if you knew how to do and solve all these dilemmas and challenges in your life by yourself, you would have already done them, people. See, the reason I'm still standing here is because I've trust God in my darkest of times. And the way I show that I trust God versus just saying it is I choose to remind myself that I'm going to let go and let God. And I always let God know that I trust Him to lead me, both mind, body, and spirit, to take control of this vessel and use me as He see fit, man. And that's what I'm encouraging for you too, people, is to become chosen, man, is that you have to go through the fire and just expect that that's going to happen, because that's the prerequisite, man, is that in order for you to be God's soldier, to be God's warrior out here, to lead this new world, is that you have to go through these challenges, because it's building your mental toughness, it's building your resiliency, and, you know, it's building all of those things, man, you know. And it's more than anything, is that it's teaching you obedience, to allow you to let go, because letting go means that you're giving that responsibility to the divine source, and that's you choosing to be obedient. Now, for people like myself, that in my old self, is that was very hard, man. That was very hard for me to give up control, you know, to a being that I couldn't see, you know. But it's like I had to learn, and it's a process and it's a journey, and everybody is different. But I'm telling you, man, it's worth it, people. Go on that journey, you know. Let go and let God. Choose to always trust God in all. When I say all instances, people, all instances. When things look hopeless, when things look crazy, when things look scary, when things look dangerous. I'm just saying, man, it's in every single situation that you experience, always choose to trust God. Now, I've talked about all the negatives. Let's go into the positives. Here's the spiritual gifts that you receive. Number one is the spirit of discernment, man. You will develop the ability to sense people's spirit. See, when I meet people, I don't meet their representatives. I mean, they come as their representatives, but I see past their representatives and I see them. I see people's spirit. I see people's energy. You know what I'm saying? Because the same God that's in me is in them. So he revealed things to me about any and everybody. Whether I see you or talk to you, I can sense that energy from across the world. You know what I mean? That's the ability of discernment, you know? And that's something that you always going to be evolving on. Like, but it feels good though, just the level that I've had so far, and I'm really looking forward to elevating and continues to practicing that. My favorite, well, I saved my best for last. The other thing, people, is peace. Man, peace be still, man. One of the greatest gifts that I've ever received from God, people, is the ability to be able to be at peace, even in the middle of the freaking fire, in the middle of the storm, in my worst of challenges. I've still been able to maintain peace. Peace allows you to look at things, not react to things, but it allows you to think about things and make better decisions, man, because you're no longer being led by your emotions. See, the world forces you to react to things, but when you have peace, you're able to really and truly, you know, see things for what they are and make a conscious decision of what to do next. Only with peace can you do that. People, God will always also give you another gift. It's genuine joy and happiness. It's like just happiness, man. It's like genuinely happy in spite of everything that's happening around you, because that comes from within. That's a gift that only God can give you, man. It's genuine joy and happiness. You know what I mean? Material possession can never give you lasting happiness or lasting joy. But when God gives that to you, man, you always gonna have that, regardless of what's happening. You will always find happiness and peace within you. So those are two great gifts right there. My favorite above all, though, people, is the ability to be an alchemist. Listen to me, man. This world is full of negativity. And, you know, as you continue to rise on your journey, you will receive more and more of it, because the people that see you elevating and rising, man, I don't know why, but negative energy, it's like whether it's envy or jealousy or whatever the case is, it's like negativity, man. It will be directed at you, and people really intentionally do things, say things to try to stop you, you know what I'm saying, from elevating to that spiritual level of connectivity with the divine source. Now, what happened is that, you know, when you develop that ability to be an alchemist, is that every negativity that comes your way, you will get to the point, people, which is where I'm at right now, to where it's like, at first you take intentionality to really transform that negative energy into something positive. But eventually it gets to the point, people, which is where I'm at right now, where it happens effortlessly. Sometimes I don't even realize it, because I'm so used to it by now, and I've overcome so many things. So it's like, whatever it's like next, you know what I mean? That is a priceless ability to have, people, because when you're an alchemist, then that makes you unstoppable, because negativity is your challenges. Those are your hurdles. And if you can just step right over them like it don't even exist, then what can stop you, people? Nothing, man. Nothing but yourself. So my point is, man, is that is a great gift. And I'm going to say, staying corrected here. The greatest gift that God can give you, man, is this one right here. Is the level of protection that God have over his people. See, when you're out here doing God's work, people, you know, definitely believe the scripture when he says this. Touch not God's anointed, man. It's like, when God is for you, nothing in this world, man, can be against you. There's a level of protection over your life, people, where, you know, nothing, no weapons formed against you, people, can ever prosper, man. Because when you're connected to the divine source, is that it's there to protect you. It's there to make sure, and it's looking out for things. Them and your ancestors, man, is that, you know, the spirit and your ancestors, man, they're there protecting you, man. They're fighting battles you don't even know exist. You know what I'm saying? Because they're constantly looking out and swatting things away from you, man. So that way it clears your path to continue on your divine purpose that God have you here for. You know what I'm saying? And I have to stand corrected. That is the greatest and best gift that you can have, man, is because when you have that level of protection, people, then you don't worry about nothing, man. No matter how crazy things are, because you know that things will always work themselves out, you know? And that also means that you have God's favor and blessings all over your life. So that goes without saying. Like, that becomes your reality. You know what I'm saying? So those are the gifts, man, that you'll get after you walk through the fire, people, so you can come out as that phoenix, man. You know, we are forged in fire, people, and remember that. And it's like other blessings or other things that come along the way is that you get excited no longer about the end goal. You really start to live because you realize that the goal of living is the present. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do right now to make a difference? You enjoy the journey. Every single day is the goal. How can I make today better than yesterday? How can I grow today more than I did yesterday? What can I do to transform these people's lives? And your life, the journey of your life, I should say, is your greatest blessing, man, because you fall in love with that. You fall in love with you as you are and your development along the way. You get excited about the process, not the end result. And for people that have that mindset, man, they are indeed unstoppable because they know where they're going and they realize that every day is just one step closer to, you know, in their journey, and realizing that the present is what matters, man. The future is come because you know where you're going, but you enjoy and appreciate the present right now, you know? Anyways, people, this is a powerful message, man. I really hope that you get this right here. I really, really hope that you do. Shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who's the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide. I was watching this YouTube video yesterday, and you know, it was talking about all these different deals. You know, like, I'm just so proud of Jamaica, man. You know, I know I'm biased because I'm from there and I have a genuine passion and love for my country, but it's like I'm very proud of, you know, the leadership that they have down there, Hans Jonas and his cabinet, what they're doing to JLP. Like, they really, people, that's, if you're looking for a model of what it looks like to really be for your people and make decisions and goals for your people, look no further than Jamaica, man. Jamaica is the model for this world, man. For any country that want to get to the point where you really and truly put your people first. You know what I'm saying? And I have the utmost respect for what the leadership is doing down there. You know, like, there's a bunch of you know, as you succeeding in life, just like anything else, you're always going to find people that try to leech off of that, man. So it's like, you know, I'm just very proud of the government for not selling out our country, man, and, you know, to be a part of nobody else's country. Jamaica, we have a rich history, and I love our sovereignty, and we want to continue to always maintain that, no matter who come offering any dang on thing. I don't care what they offer. There was like 7 offers from the U.S. government, and the country reject every last one of them, you know. Now, those are things in the past that, you know, other administration I know would have gladly taken advantage of. But I'm just really proud of our government, man, and just realizing that what we have is very special. And indeed, believe me when I tell you this, Jamaica, you see right there, is the greatest country in this world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not the eye of the world by accident. It is what it is. That's what it is. It is becoming the greatest country in this world because, you know, of the history, the contribution that it's made to this world. And, you know, it's like we're on our way, man. And I'm just extremely proud of what they're doing down there with the leadership. Also, of course, man, you know, my mandate and purpose for being here is to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And those are things that will and must happen over time, people. And the way we do it is by standing united, man. As we continue to unite, what happens is we bring about the greatest prosperity period that this world have ever seen. All we got to do, people, is stand united, support each other, embrace each other, be our brothers and sisters keepers. That's my mentality, number 1. Number 2 is that each one teach one. Always teach and share your knowledge, people, so you can bless other people's lives, just like you see me doing every day. My declarations over your life, number 1 is that you are a millionaire. Number 2 is that you're married to the person of your dreams. Number 3 is that you have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that the Spirit of God will continue to lead you and guide you, man, to being the greatest version of yourself. And really get busy, man, going on your spiritual journey, people. That way you can indeed be chosen to do God's will on this earth, man. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.